Hey everybody, I'm Mayor, coach of Living on a Prayer, and today we are up against Samurott Jack in the final round of the playoffs in the Chill Draft League. So, I have not played against Samurott Jack yet this season. I played against him once last season and thoroughly got my ass kicked. And hopefully we can redeem ourselves this time. Unfortunately, he has a very difficult to break team that can also play rather unpredictably. So right off the bat, the first thing you probably notice is with Lapras, with Dusclops, with Registeel, and then Intimidate from Arcanine, it's a very bulky team. It may not look like it has the most immediate damage, but it looks like it can just stick around forever. And then it doesn't have to knock out all four of my Pokemon, because if he just saves Lapras in the back and just outlasts me, he can click Perish Song and win the game. As for what I'm expecting to see, I think Lapras looks fantastic against me. So Samurott Jack, he actually requested that we do just an exhibition match if we didn't actually end up meeting in the playoffs. And I'm starting to wonder if that's just because he realized how good of a matchup Lapras has against me. There's very little I can do to stop it from sending up a G-Max Resonance and getting screens up for the whole game. I can only think of maybe 2 or 3 ways to actually get rid of it turn 1 before it can do that. The first way is just trick eject button onto it with Sableye and then hit it with something faster just to get rid of it and hope that it Gigantamaxes. Problem with this strategy is that Dusclops will frisk the item, see that Sableye's eject button, and he won't let that happen. The other idea I had for getting rid of Lapras in one go is, after doing some calcs, it looks like Rotom Heat with a Life Orb can one-shot Lapras with G-Max Lightning if Jinx hits it with a Fake Tears first. Of course, the big issue here is that Raichu completely negates that. And since I have some electric attacks on my team, like Regice almost always carries it, and Rotom obviously is going to have an electric move, I think you bring Raichu. Not only that, but it has fantastic support capabilities, like it can charm the Garchomp, it can fake out, it can paralyze, it can Eerie Impulse, it just does so much. You know, at first I thought Regice would be a good switch-in for Lapras, but Lapras can run physical or special. In fact, most of his team can run physical or special. Lapras, Arcanine, Landorus, Raichu, Sceptile, all of these can run physical or special sets. And I wouldn't be surprised if he starts running some more physical sets this week, just because my team with things like Togekiss and Regice and Jinx, these things tend to be a little bit more specially bulky. And so physical attacks could give me a lot more trouble. As far as my strategy this week, it's mostly just going to have to be about playing smart. I can't afford to take early losses because, as I said, he could just hit Perish Song and end the game if I just lose too quick. So I really think that the key to this game is going to be damage control and not letting Samurott Jack have the opportunity to set up. Moving on to my team, I've brought these 6 this week. I'm going to address the elephant in the room first. This is the first week I've actually brought Kingler. I really couldn't figure out a great 6th Pokemon, and then I realized that Kingler is very unique in this particular scenario in that it resists fire from Arcanine and Turtonator. It resists ice from Lapras and resists water from Lapras. If it is a special attacking Lapras, it could be difficult. I don't think the Assault Vest is enough, but Kingler has a decent amount of physical bulk, so if my opponent does go for a more physically oriented team, Kingler could actually be useful. On top of that, it has a lot of good coverage. Crabhammer for Arcanine and Landorus. It has Brick Break for taking out Lapras. Well, it won't one-shot it, but it can also break Aurora Veil. X-Scissor will one-hit KO the Malamar, and Knockoff can get rid of items and hit Dusclops hard. Moving on to the more recognizable members. Jinx, I think, is just super important. I'm not quite sure what my opponent's going to do, but it can put my opponent's Pokemon to sleep very fast with Lovely Kiss. So if my opponent does something I just don't know how to handle, I think that the Lovely Kiss is just a great fallback option, especially with Focus Sash to make sure it lives more than one hit. On top of that, with a good special defense stat, immunity to water, and resistance to ice, if it's a special attacking Lapras, I could put Jinx in front of it. And finally, ice is just a really good attacking type into my opponent. I think the only resist that my opponent has is the Arcanine. Next up is Rotom. I'm specifically paired. I'm going to pair Jinx and Rotom together. I've given Jinx Fate Tears to really help Rotom and maybe Regice like really nab some KOs. Even though Rotom has a Nasty Plot, I don't know if I'm really going to use it. I doubt it. I'm relying more on Fate Tears to just get turn 1 damage out and just hit very hard, very fast. I don't want to rely on setup for Rotom. Regice, I really don't know if I'm going to bring this week. I like the idea of being able to threaten a slow option in case my opponent wants to run Trick Room. I think that is pretty viable since Turtonator might actually be my opponent's best answer to Rotom. And with Dusclops and Turtonator, he actually has a pretty good Trick Room setup against me since both my Trick Room sweepers are Steel and Ice types and weak to Fire. Finally, Sableye I think is the most important thing I'll bring this week. I think that the eject button trick is going to be predictable and it's easily sniffed out by the Dusclops, but even if he sniffs it out, he has to be cognizant of it, and that's going to be in the back of his head. He can't just let Sableye just trick something's item away and get rid of it. It doesn't even necessarily have to be on Lapras either. I could get rid of any Dynamax that way, or if it's something like Registeel, which really needs to boost up, getting rid of it and basically ejecting its boosts can be very helpful. Finally, it's got Brick Break to also get rid of Aurora Veil, and it also serves the dual purpose of activating Weakness Policy on Regice if I want to put those two next to each other. Finally, it's got the normal moves Taunt and Quash. I need to be able to taunt Dusclops and probably Registeel if it shows up. I can't let them set up too much, and since I really don't have a great way to stop Trick Room, I need Sableye for that extra bit of speed control. Finally, Garchomp is here. I think that it seems counterintuitive to bring it to a Lapras matchup, but if Lapras wasn't on this team, Garchomp actually looks really good. It outspeeds Landorus by 1 speed point, and I don't think either of them can ever one-shot each other, so Garchomp just hits first and gets the 2-hit KO. On top of that, outside of Lapras, it switches into a lot of my opponent's stuff pretty well, and I've got the mental herb. Well, actually, that should be a White Herb. It's going to be a White Herb. I'm going to put the White Herb on it so that it can take any stat drops without an issue. So Intimidates from Arcanine, Charms from Raichu, doesn't matter. I switch it in, everything's good. Finally, I am very concerned about my opponent's Arcanine since I am bringing 2 Ice types, and it's got Intimidate, it's got Snarl, it's got Will-O-Wisp. I think White Herb Garchomp is probably the best way to effectively shut it down since Rotom might be too slow. Although I suppose Kingler can also work here as long as that Arcanine doesn't land a Will-O-Wisp. And that's pretty much everything. I really don't have a concrete strategy of how this is going to play out. I think I'll probably Jinx Rotom the first game and just see if I can threaten some big damage right away, because as I said, I really can't afford to let my opponent set up or just get ahead in this game, because if Samurott Jack gets ahead, I'm not catching up. Alright, here we are. Time for the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. I'm pretty nervous. This could easily go either way. As far as this team, this is pretty much exactly what I expected to see. It's literally these 6 exactly. The only one I was questionable about was Malamar. I wondered if he might do something like Turtonator, since I'd give him a good Trick Room matchup, and it also handles Rotom well. And then Landorus was iffy, but it was a good way to handle my Rotom. The question is, does my opponent lead Lapras Dusclops or Lapras Arcanine? Because if it's Lapras Arcanine, I should lead with Sableye. But if it's Lapras Dusclops, I should lead Rotom Jinx. I feel like you want to get information the first game, so I'm going to try Rotom Jinx. Garchomp in the back looks good if I can get rid of the If I can get rid of that Lapras. Yeah, Garchomp goes crazy here if Lapras is gone. And do I want Kingler or Sableye in the back for this? Regice is of limited use here. I probably won't ever bring it. Kingler's more offensive. Sableye gets me that support. Sableye can also shut down Registeel, shuts down Parasong, shuts down Dusclops. But it doesn't do anything. It relies... You know, I'm just going to show the Kingler. I want to save the potential trick or eject button for game 2 if need be. Like, I'm going to either... I expect to win or lose off of this lead right here. Dusclops, Lapras. Okay. Good. I mean, the Life Orb might be a little surprising, but the Focus Action Jinx is probably expected. So, I want to be wary of the Raichu switch in. So what I want to do, Max Flare into Lapras. And let's see if he gives me the Lovely Kiss. Or actually, should I Lovely Kiss Dusclops? Because the Sun should protect Lapras in case he tries to run Max Geyser. Well, no, then he runs Max Geyser and I'm just stuck. I'm just going to Fake Tears Lapras. I'm just sticking with the game plan. This will not OHKO, but I'm hoping that there's a Raichu switch in. Ooh, withdrew Lapras. Oh, damn it. Ah, I just got played. I think I just lose this game on that. But one thing I did not have to prepare for was Justified Arcanine. He doesn't have a beat-up user. Oh, okay. That did way more than I expected. That's awesome. Nightshade into Jinx. Okay. If I maxed Flare into Arcanine right now, there's no switch in and nothing to stop it. The best he can do is Snarl. Yeah, I think this is the safe play to make here. I want to secure that KO on the Arcanine. Yep, okay. I'm just going to secure that KO. That's fine. That's all fine and dandy. So now do you send Lapras back out? Lapras. Okay, yeah, that's got to be Lapras now. It's gonna go for a trick room mode on the Lapras. How do I want to play this? The Max Geyser into the Rotom is super obvious. Do I want to give that to him? Sure. That's... Question is, what does that... I assume you switch out, right? Just to make sure. And I'll see if I can pull the Lovely Kiss onto the Lapras. I don't think this will work, but just curious what my opponent's going to do. Nightshade. Oh, they didn't max. That's really interesting. Ice Beam. That's really good damage on the Dusclops. Alright, I'm in a tricky position now. How do I want to go about this? This is where I really wish I had Sableye. Protect this turn. Knock off the Dusclops. I want to see what the last thing is. I think with the Sun-Ups, Rotom may be able to take the Max Geyser, but I don't want to risk that. Kingler doesn't have the most HP, so it's got 95. Max Geyser. Yeah, it takes that well. The Pain Split Dusclops. Yeah, I need Sableye the next game. Do I go for the double? What do I do if I don't hit it? Yeah, I definitely get KO'd. I feel like I go for the double protect here. And I go for the Crab Hammer into Dusclops. Nope, missed it. Will-O-Wisp. Ah, okay, so it's Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, Pain Split, Nightshade. Okay, forgot that. Oh, and it just misses. That's bad. Okay, yeah, I have to protect here. Then I know you go for the max resonance, right? So let's Brick Break. Yeah, so no Aurora Veil. Twisted Dimensions return to normal, that's nice. So Stone Edge I don't think is enough. Let's pull a Crab Hammer at this range. I think I'm gonna need the... Okay, there goes Dusclops. Registeel, okay. How do I keep missing Crab Hammers? That is 2 missed Crab Hammers right now. That is... Oh, that's real bad. I wonder if I doubled into the Lapras if I could have KO'd. Let's find out. I imagine you could just protect the Lapras here, right? And let Registeel pick it up with a Body Press. Oh, or switch it into Dusclops, expecting the Brick Break since I've shown it. I should have knocked off. Oh well. And that's him for risk my Assault Vest. I can't believe both Crab Hammers missed. What is that? Like a literally 1% chance of missing 2 consecutive Crab Hammers? Alright, play with the same rules. So what I learned from this game is that my opponent does not have a switch into to Max Flare. So I'm going to lead this again. I want to lead the same thing except swap Sableye and Kingler around. Kingler really just didn't do enough. It did decent damage, but I don't know, maybe if it had hit those Crab Hammers, I'd feel different. If it would have gotten that KO on the Dusclops, I think. And Stone Edge looks like it is about 75%. Maybe a little more, 80%. So I actually really like this lead. Sableye in the back. And I do need Garchomp for the expected Registeel endgame. So, what's most important here, though, is that there was no Raichu. I could have just maxed Lightning, and I probably would have just picked up KOs every time. Raichu Lapras. Okay. Okay, I know what you're about to do. So max play the Raichu. If he does want to max Geyser, that's fine. No, this covers for the fake out. I really wish I could play a bit more defensively where I didn't have to max it early, but I'm just too scared of letting him take some early leads, and he's led Lapras both times, and I just can't let him max Lapras and just start going to town with Veil and potential KOs, especially since I don't know what kind of Lapras set it is. Well, it's Ice Beam, so it's special. Fake out. Okay. I'm sure the Raichu is sashed. Yep. Max Geyser. So this should take it down to about 50%. Oh, a little less actually. I wonder. Maybe it's a Veil? So now let's max guard. Though I want to kill the... Raichu typically doesn't have room to run Protect. I'm gonna Ice Beam the Raichu. I'm sure you switch an Arcanine or something here, though. No switches. Okay. Oh, it was an Eerie Impulse into Rotom. I was worried about that. Lightning. Oh, he's gonna give me the terrain. Definitely special Lapras. Potentially a... That was a real risky move. I'm not... I can't Lovely Kiss it. I bet it's expecting a Lovely Kiss. Okay. That's what that's about. Dusclops, okay. I bet you max guard Trick Room here, don't you? I want to kill the Dusclops. It doesn't have Ally Switch. It doesn't have, I mean, yeah, no, you don't max guard. You take the guaranteed kill on the Rotom, right? Oh, I hope he plays to max guard and not max geyser. Ah, he's max geysering, damn it. Unless he's just trying to guarantee the Veil. Are you kidding me? That doesn't KO. Alright, that is disappointing. I mean, it's got to be Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt. Question is, does it have Protect or Perish Song on it? I could Protect. No, actually what I think I want to do, swap Sableye in here, and maybe work an Ice Beam onto this Dusclops since it's just out of Nightshade range. Okay. Arcanine. Okay. It's not Registeel. Barely hangs in there. Let's go Rotom again. This is a max speed Jinx. Although it's not taking a Flare Blitz if it's a... How do I want to play this? How do I want to play this? I've got 3 turns of Trick Room left? God damn it. I could swap back into Sable. I could protect Rotom, swap back into Sableye. Next turn, get out of the Trick. Okay, I think it's what we do. Protect Rotom this turn. We have 2 turns of Electric Terrain. Get Fake Tears Lapras, I guess. Garchomp can handle Arcanine. Thunder, ooh, into Jinx. Oh no. Oh, I got played. Oh, I should have just doubled. Rotom should be slower than Arcanine. It does have the Aurora Veil up, though. 2 turns of Trick Room. I think unless I crit, I probably lose right here. Or I could try for the double. So yeah, I will quash Lapras. Crunch into Rotom. Okay, interesting. Oh wow, it barely does anything. Oh, it's paralyzed. There's Life Orb damage. Hydro Pump. Lands. Unfortunate. But expected. Alright, let's think this through. I can protect Chomp here. Sableye's the slowest, right? So... break the Lapras. I'm sure you throw a Perish Song right now. I'm gonna need a lot of things to go right for me to win this game. With your Arcanine. There's your Dusclops. He's trying to cycle Intimidates. I'm trying not to let him do that. The smart move would be to Ice Beam Sableye. Lapras is paralyzed, it's slower than Sableye now, actually. I got real lucky there. There's no more Aurora Veil. Dimensions are gone. I think a Dragon Claw just KOs it from this range. And I need to taunt Dusclops. Alright, that's the KO. Can't use Pain Split. What does it have? Crunch, Iron Head. It's a physical attacker, I think. This should be a jolly Garchomp, so it should be faster. I have White Heart for this specific reason. I'll Stomping Tantrum into the Arcanine. I bet it's holding Assault Vest, so I'm going to trick the Eviolite off Dusclops. Alright, that makes my next Stomping Tantrum stronger. Nightshade into Garchomp. It's going to take 3 more for that to work. And now I get the boosted Stomping Tantrum into Arcanine. I don't know what to do. I'm going to taunt Arcanine. No more protects. In case on the off chance it's holding like a Shuka Berry or something. I guess I could have tricked Eviolite onto it to remove the opportunity of a Shuka Berry. I think you have to go for a double protect if you're my opponent. And as long as he doesn't hit that double protect, I think I win. Because now this is a super powered Stomping Tantrum. And he's Shuka. Oh my. I'm getting played every which way. Rough Skin. Nightshade. That's not shoot off taunt. Okay, I know neither of these things can protect. Garchomp can only kill one. I need to kill Dusclops. And I need to, I guess, break Arcanine. It's a crit. Unnecessary crit. Rough Skin does... it's just short. Well, GG's my opponent. Pulled that one out.